Hey everybody, I thought I'd jump on here, saw some stuff that I was amazed. Shout out to King Jives. I just learned about him today. And I want to talk about the pastor. The reason I want to talk about this, and this is, I'm going to try this. I love talking about the news, so here you go. I'm not necessarily into celebrity news, but I love finding out about the people in the neighborhood. And what's happening right now is insane to me, which is we have a pastor going in and putting his paws on a woman. So let's get into it first. I'm about to show you what I saw, and if you haven't seen it already, um, this was just it blew my mind. It blew my mind, you guys. Um, and hold on for a second. My apologies. I got caught up in trying to get started and almost forgot to pull up the video. Gangsta. So again, I just saw this an hour ago. This just popped off. I'm gonna do a little research, see if we can see a record. Let's go. Let's see here. I'm gonna bring this up, and yeah, his name is the Bishop Lamor Whitehead. So let's go on into that. I don't know this man. I started hearing about him when the first scam came on. Then I heard about the alleged scam, excuse me. And this is for educational purposes, fair use all day. So we are going to get into this right now. Let me share my screen. I just popped on just to talk about this. Let's see here. We're gonna share my screen. Ooh, we're gonna talk about the hallelujah. What you do? Let's let's go on and see it right now. We will discuss again. Shout out to uh, let's see here, official King Jives. Shout out to him for dropping this an hour ago. And let's get into it real quick. I want to show you guys what I saw. I was amazed. Um, I grew up in the church, and so to see something like this is just utterly amazing to me. All right, let's start here. Woo! I don't know if y'all can hear it, but it's sure enough loud in my ear. So hold on again. I just really want you guys to see this. And there was a young lady in it. I'm not sure who she is, but she was also doing some commentating along the way. Okay, now, did you just see this man put his hands on this woman? For what reason? What reason? I grew up with pastors. I grew up in the church. I was all about that for many years as a teenager. And to come across something like this was devastating in a sense of really, and why are we out here doing this? So let's try it again. Now, I'm going to jump to the end of the video. You guys can go check it out. I'll put the link in the description for credit. Again, fair use. We're using uh, King Jobs video. So let's go into it here. So I'm going to describe what I saw. Here is all the people like standing outside of this church. I'm assuming this is where the church is. I'm gonna probably do a little bit more research because I did hear about um this pastor before, Pastor Whitehead. He had also had some issues with Pastor Reed, Larry Reed. I'd heard about that as well. He came for him. And then there was supposedly, allegedly, a scam of some type. So as I'm watching the video, these are police officers. This is in New York. This is just wild to me. Like, what is your point? So, and I'm not going to keep going. I'm not going to play it really, really long. Let me go through it because I think there is going to be a part where he is going to get arrested. So just hold on and hang out. Shout out to the girl and the cousins. Like that is just bad information. So yeah, this is what's going on right now. From what King Jive also reported, King Jives, I apologize. He said that he got arrested for the assault and battery to a woman, and this is not the first time, allegedly. And his last wife went through the same thing, according to the ex-wife. Whoo, child. Why we out here putting our hands on folk? Why we out here? It's 2022 and they wilding. It's getting crazy out here. And I didn't see not one man stop him from putting his hands on this woman. That's all I'm gonna say. Let's go. Now, earlier, the young girl that's talking stated that that group of girls that you saw in the beginning of the video were women or girls who was called up to jump, I guess, the young lady in the car, and her cousin and her cousin is there to assist her as well. So I'm not sure. I haven't gone deeper into it, but I will be following the rest. Again, this is Chocolate Earth News, talking about anything that has to do with the chocolate folk. And if you like the convo or you want to donate, please share. Let's get some movement. I got some other things I'm gonna come on here and share with you guys. So, and hit the cash app. Hit the cash app. Hit the cash app. All right, let's keep going. Okay, I am. She said the fake bishop about to get up out of here. That's wild to me. That's wild to me, y'all. Okay, let's see. Let's see where we go with it. I like my boy. He got the water. He stopped by and was like, "Oh, that's messed up. I'm mad at you, sir. Let's go." Right. Not one time. Where is the information about the woman? We're gonna keep it popping. I'm gonna keep it going. Cause see, again, we have heard so many things about different pastors over the last couple weeks. I mean, we've seen all kinds of stuff. And I just may bring that in to highlight what is happening. I believe this: pastors are men, pastors are women, human beings. Pastors can be anything. But this is ridiculous. How is it that they want to yell Christianity, Christianity, but every time we turn around, there's some pastor saying or doing something so egregious, so unnecessary that we're just in awe. And then they wonder why there's a lot of black folks who have left the church. A lot of black people. Shout out to this young lady out here on this grind. I ain't even mad at her. There go NYPD Blue. Law and Order. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Wow, she got the up close, up close. Coming to you. Wow. Wow. Pastor, why you out here being weird to me? Mm-mm-mm. Jail man, yeah, that's you. Why you got to put your hands on somebody? At the church. At the church. What are we doing? So let's see this again. I apologize. It disclaimer. If it's a trigger for you, please don't watch this. But this is ridiculous. So we're gonna watch this. Yes, he did go to. He is being arrested allegedly, right here in the screenshot. He is being arrested. So let us continue on. Let us continue on. He gonna learn today. Oh wow. Oh wow. Did you get it? Wow. Wow. Wow all day. I'm just in awe. I just came on here real quick just to talk about this. I definitely want to know what you guys think, if I should go in any deeper. What I want to find out is the county. I want to see what if they have any papers out already on him. So I'm going to show this one more time just to kind of, ladies and gentlemen, keep your mofo hands to yourself. Look at this. Why he got to be looking like Aaron Hall right there? I miss you. He gonna miss being free. I'm talking to you, baby. All right, let's see here. Hold on. One more time for the people in the back. I'm just in awe. I just can't believe this. And you can hear him in the back telling her to go over there. But he grabbed this woman by the back of her neck. He couldn't ask nobody. He don't got security. I'm amazed by this. I'm amazed. I'm just I shouldn't be surprised, but I'm just amazed that the gall, the just inability to control your emotions. It's insane. Let's see something. I want to check out this. So hold on. I'm gonna pause my screen real quick. Uh, while I'm in here again, this is just a quick jump on because I'm just tired of seeing it. I'm tired of hearing and seeing um women being unprotected, men feeling it necessary to put their hands on folk. Who are you? Who are you? And so let me see something here. We are going to look up the arrest records. We're about to look this up because I'm about them facts. Okay, let's see here. Do they have it? Yes, they do. Oh, okay. Find an arrested person. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys so you can see what I'm doing. We're going to see if this person is who it is supposed to be. So his name is Lamor Whitehead, right? Let's see here. Nothing has shown yet. If I'm not sure what his whole name is, let me just not lie. I'm gonna do some more stuff, but this is crazy to me. I don't get this. I don't get it at all. Let's see. I think there's a lot. Nobody's here. How do you do this? Okay. Look up service request. You have to do certain things. We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. Let me see if there what else is out here about his arrest. So we're gonna find out. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Okay, so this is his name, Lamor Whitehead. Okay. He also has a case going on. Let's see here. So he was robbed on September the 5th. They put this out. The New York Post did about him. And it's called the Tomorrow Church. Oh wow. Let's see. Somebody pulled him up, I'm assuming. Let's go, UK. What y'all doing out here? Ah, so it is. Okay, so his name is Lamor Miller Whitehead, and he is the founder of Tomorrow International Church in Brooklyn. He did some time, allegedly. I ain't want nobody coming for me. In 2006. Oh, so he was taking people's identity. He was ordained in 2016. And now here we are. So we're going to look him up now. Let's see. His name is Lamor Miller Whitehead. And if you guys aren't familiar with what has gone or taken place already with this gentleman, I would suggest you guys kind of go back in time and see what it really is. All right, let's see here. Is he out yet? It's been an hour. We don't know how it worked there. I'm on the same time zone. So let's see. Welcome, welcome, whoever came in and stopped by. Hello, hello, hello. We are just talking about the arrest. Let's see here. Bah. So that was in July. So it's all so new. So we'll kind of keep an eye on this. It's new. It's not even in here yet. It's not even been reported like that he has been arrested. The last thing that's coming up is him against the state of New Jersey. This is when he went to prison allegedly. So I'm just amazed. Like I'm just amazed. So I'm not gonna stay on long. I'll probably pop back on if I find once I see or find anything else. But definitely hey, hey, Purple, thanks for coming by. Um, Again, I just wanted to quickly talk about this. Like, I am just amazed. We got mad, mad pastors out here, like running around like they on rabies. They talk about we broke, we ain't buying bravado watches, and now on live, they out here choking folks. They out here choking folks. So I appreciate you guys coming in, stopping by. I just wanted to drop in and talk about this. And again, this is something new I'm trying. It's Chocolate Earth News. Anything that's got to deal with people that's chocolate, I'm all for it. Unfortunately, this is a domestic DV situation. So if that's a trigger for you, don't watch the video. Don't go back. But definitely, again, shout out to King Jives. I'll drop the link in the in my I was going to say prescription. Child, somebody help me out. Somebody help me. I'm telling you, they got me tripping out here. I am amazed. Do you hear what I'm saying? This man is out here doing stuff. Like, why is you out here? Let me see if I can see anything one more time. Hold on. Nothing has come out yet. That is the official site. I might have to do a little bit more research to find out if there has been any information because I think it may not show up until either later today or tomorrow. Because I think it has to be 24 hours. I'm not sure yet, but I will definitely find out. And anything I find out, I promise I will bring back. So, yes, please take a look. He did get arrested. Let me put the link. Let me drop this in here real quick because I was just watching it. So let me show y'all one more time. I'm going to end it with this. This just blew me up. I was like, what am I watching? What am I watching? Okay, so I'm back on the video. Let me show you this one more time. This is wild to me. So shout out. I don't know who that is, but shout out to her. She was not playing. And again, I told you, King Jive posted this. Now check this out. It happens so fast. It's crazy. Let me see. Why is this blurry? Let me bring this up. Oh, it's a 480. Maybe it's a little higher. Okay, we're gonna see if it's clearer. So hold on. This is insanity. You hear me? You hear me? Now let me show y'all where he get he getting arrested, y'all. I'm gonna show you one time for your mind, child. Okay, so it's not as clear, as far as like as close as I can go, but check this out. Wow, this is insane to me. I'm giving it. That's insane. That I'm gonna just tell you right now. I believe in peace and love. I am really about my community. Always have been. But him, sir, that couldn't been none of my relatives. That's all I'm gonna tell you. That couldn't have been nobody I knew because there'd have been a problem. There would have been some furniture moving. That whole setup would have been different. I am just so through right now. I can't. I'm like, what is wrong? What is wrong with you? So, okay, Purple, you said you want to be messy. Come on up here real quick because I'm not going to stay on too much longer. Come on up here. Yeah, girl, I'm being messy all day today. I've been nice. I've been trying to give people good information, but folks ain't trying to hear that right now. They want to be like, blue doop doop. I'm on the messiness. So I just dropped the link. If you guys want to come up and talk about it, I'm all for it. What's up, Purple? The goddess of pet day.
Yes, boo.
What's
Hey,
up?
everybody.
What's up?
Girl, see, this is why I came out of the church long ago.
Right?
Because even the Bible itself said there would be a time where you would literally have to come out. And I damn sure came out. Because, like, I love being the goddess of pettiness and
I know you do.
the hunty.
Girl, this just popped an hour ago. So you
Do
know
you
me,
know?
I'm not even messy, but that just put me in like, okay, I guess I'm going in, coach. Cause this is crazy.
Because, honey, if that had been me,
Honey,
Black
girl.
Jesus would have had to come down off the throne.
Black Jesus wouldn't have made it. He wouldn't have got there in time.
He would have had come down off the throne to save him.
Right.
Because
I'm
as
just
soon
trying
as
to
he
tell
went to
you.
choke me,
Girl,
girl, in my family, we have a
who is
once certain things
you?
trigger us, we have an off switch, and the last thing you want to see is that off switch to go off.
Right. I
Because
just
then,
I'm blown away by this. How
then
you
the
up there? Oh, did you see him though? Did you see him? He put his hands
child,
on her.
not yet, child, the spirit of whoop ass would have came out and it would have been on and popping.
Girl, they'd have had to remove that mic. I'm just gonna tell you, it ended up somewhere really personal. That's
All
all
y'all would have
I'm
heard
saying.
was, "Oh, sweet Jesus, somebody help me!"
He wouldn't have got it
I
out.
would have
He
been
wouldn't have
carrying
got it
him
out.
out.
He wouldn't have got it out, child. He wouldn't have got it out. I am just I can't. Like all of these different pastors been out here wilding out, like just all kinds of stuff. And so I saw this one because I followed it from when he got robbed.
Uh-huh.
Then when he came for Larry Reed and his co-host,
Uh-huh.
and then now you getting arrested.
I already knew he was guaranteeing his downfall when he when you sit out there and you go after people who
Yeah.
who really not going after you.
Right.
Because my daughter is an Aquarius. Aquariuses have an extremely dark sense of humor.
Yes.
And they will even make jokes about themselves. And Scorpios
Right.
will also do it too, because my sister has made some pretty dark jokes
Oh, I'm
about.
horrible. I'm horrible too. I just don't. I make horrible jokes at other people's expense when I'm
Well,
off
see,
off
I make
camera.
dark jokes about myself and other people's
Yes.
expense. So
Yes. Yes.
it is
Yes.
what it is.
It's both. But I just can't. I'm like, and then watch what's gonna happen. He gonna come back on here. He gonna be like, I apologize. Who cares?
Because it was like CTV said. The jokes that Larry Reed made about him is stuff he would have done about himself as well.
Right. Exactly.
So it's not like he was out here um, just being on some extra stuff.
Right.
And if you understand, laughter is the best medicine for the soul because it will
I
help to
got you.
alleviate stress.
Right.
It helps to get you out of that stuck place.
He's in the sunken place, child.
Child, he don't went past this something
He is
place
in
straight
the
into the
sunken.
pits of hell.
He is
He in the pits
just
of hell right now.
child. And so what I did, I was, as you saw me, I'm trying to see if I can find anything about the arrest, and it's so
Hmm.
fresh. I know that I think the person who tagged it.
It takes time for that stuff to update because it's a lot of variables that go into play. Like when the police officer filed the report and stuff, it can be kind of a little delay
Well, this guy, I'm not
and
sure.
stuff.
He put this. The gentleman who put it up, his name is King
Hmm.
Jives,
Oh
and
yeah, I know
so
King Jives.
oh, cool. So I had
Well, I should say
put
I
that
know
on
of him.
there. I
Hmm.
got what you mean though. I, was just watching and that popped up. I said, "Holy hallelujah. Let's go on and get this.
I knew it
Let's
was
go
only a
on and
matter of
get
time
this."
that it was coming because he has immersed himself in such negativity. On top of that, with the lack of accountability.
Yeah, of course.
So
Yeah.
that just made the perfect storm for this to come into play.
I'm just I'm really like I love how people think that with all that's going on right now, cameras everywhere, y'all still feel like you could come out here and just say anything to anybody.
And do anything to anybody.
And yeah, I
Because
was gonna say, and do anything to anybody.
cause how much you want to bet he really didn't know that one from a can of paint?
Oh wow.
I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not saying that for certain because, like I said, you just introduced me to the information, so I really don't know.
Exactly,
But
exactly.
but I would venture to say it's highly likely that he really didn't know that one from a can of paint when he did what he did.
So I'm gonna put on this night driving music because that's probably how slow motion was when he when he was going to the jail. We gotta help him out, child. What is really going on with everything?
Because
Oh, cool. I can add my own music.
these men
Yeah.
out here being messy. Because earlier
Messy.
today, child, I was looking at a video talking about that these men can be out here and hunching on you and don't like you. And the lady
I'm
was
mad
like,
that you said hunching. Can we not use hunching drives me crazy. What is hunching?
okay, honey.
Not humping. It's hunching and humping are not the same things.
As far as I'm
Grinding.
concerned, it's the
Are you
same
talking about
thing.
grinding or are you talking about take your clothes off like my boy? You don't have to take your clothes off to
Talking about
have a
taking your
good
clothes off.
time.
I
Oh,
told you what I
no.
meant. Humping. That's what she was talking about. And
So you mean
said
telling me?
these men are out here. Some of them are just doing it as a power play. And she was like
Are
asking
you talking
women.
about men in the church, period, or just
No,
like
I'm
just
talking
period out
about
here
men, period, out
humping?
here doing this stuff as a power play.
Oh Lord, don't be humping.
And she
Not on
was like,
Sunday though. Not on Sunday.
how do y'all feel about that? I was like, you are not understanding. These women are well aware of what's going on, which is why all these men are out here being alone.
Girl, listen. Let's
Because,
let's
like,
let's
people,
go let's go down memory lane here. Cause I'm
because,
still back here. My brain, I can't. I'm
like,
amazed.
the reason why I brought it up, because it
Yeah.
ties into the fact of what he's doing. This is a man that is after power and is not fit to willpower. And it shows.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
Because notice, everybody missed the point of what Larry Reed was talking about when he brought up the fact that you wear all this jewelry, you're doing all these different things to show that you got money, but yet your
Yeah.
church looks in the
A
condition
hot
that it does.
mess.
And he was saying, you have things backwards. Because if you were truly a quote unquote person of God,
Yeah, talk about it.
your church should be reflecting that this is what's important to you.
Right.
Just like you
I
see
don't
what's important to
understand.
me. You see,
Yeah.
I like wearing crystals. You see
Right.
me with crystals, candles, and incense all the time.
Mhm.
And me actually speaking about manifestation constantly because
Right.
those are things that are important to me. You invest in the things that are important to you. Larry Reed was pointing out to people this is just a hustle for him because if it was really that deep for him,
Why you wouldn't be acting like this?
his environment would not look the way that it looks.
And you know what? I'm gonna be honest. My sister had told me because I don't know if I told you I'm ordained as well.
Hmm.
And
Yeah,
so my sister was like, you need to start a church. And I was just like, what's so sad about that though is because I do enjoy discussing biblical and spiritual connection, right? I enjoy that very much. However, you have too many people out here who scamming folks. And that's the part that I'm like, I
but
know
that's
people
not
gonna
your
say,
concern.
I know, but it's just like I just think it should be a fellowship of people. I think it should just be come in, let's talk about it.
Then
What is it
create that
pertaining to
experience.
you?
You're acting like
Yeah,
you don't
that's it.
create the experience. You can
What? I
still be
just
doing that.
mm-mm. Don't call me Rem. See, I'm silly, and I think it should be fun. I think you should learn and
But that's
fellowship
why it's
together.
needed,
Oh my
chocolate.
goodness. Oh,
You know
I
what you're called
mean,
into being. Don't play with me. Don't have me come over there and pop your legs like you don't know what's going on.
why are
Stop
you
playing in
always
my look.
why
I'm gonna
is you
tell you like
oh
CTV would tell you. Stop playing in my face. You know what you need to be doing.
look here, look here, look here.
Don't make me come over
You
there.
know, sometimes
Don't
I
make me
wonder.
come over there.
Mm-mm. I just get tired of folks doing people dusty. Like it's just I know that people are gonna choose to do what
But
they
the
want to
things
do.
that bother you, sweetie, is
It
what your calling
does.
is.
It bothers
You
me.
know that.
No,
Stop
I
playing like.
look, let me tell you. I'm gonna be honest. Let me tell you why I hadn't done it. Let me tell you.
Hmm.
My father was a pastor, trash. My
Hmm.
uncle pastor. It's just like, how is it that we think and that a man can get up on a pedestal and your life ain't 100%. I don't even know what they're comparing their lives to because the prosperity pastors, all that. What exactly is the goal here? Because I haven't read about them building any housing. I haven't read about them doing anything positive for their communities, whatever color they may be. And that's the thing that blows my mind. Like, how do you go to sleep at night sitting on all this money, knowing people out here eating out the trash box? So I don't know why that bothers me, but it does. It
because that's
irks
your
me just
assignment.
woo.
But everybody's assignment isn't the same.
I don't know what my assignment is anymore. Purple.
You
I'm
know what it is.
trying
You just talking yourself out of it.
because I don't see myself that way. I think that's it. Like I don't see myself
It
as
doesn't
a.
matter how you see yourself.
Mm,
It's how the power within you sees you. It's
oh
been
God.
put on your heart for a reason, chocolate.
It's been in my heart for years. I just, didn't want to.
Because that's what you're supposed to be doing. A lot of the stuff that you want to have happen will happen when you start doing what you know in your heart you are here to do.
I mean, you
I
right.
mean, it's accountability, woman.
I'm being accountable. I'm being accountable.
You know I love you.
I know you do, and that's why I do love you because you're gonna tell me the truth, and that's the only people I like to deal with.
Because the
It
truth
just
will
doesn't
set you
make no
free.
sense. I mean it is. It
People don't
is.
realize a lot of people are sitting around here waiting for their freedom and don't realize their freedom has already been given to them through what's the desires of their heart.
Yeah.
There is no desire that's being placed on your heart without the means for you to achieve it. By the time you are aware of the desire, your subconscious mind already has the plan on how to implement it. You just
Ooh,
got to trust the process.
you right. You right. I'm not lying on you. You are right. I completely agree with you.
Hmm.
I just I just don't want nobody to think that I'm out here trying to
But that's not your
make
job to worry
advantage.
about what other people are thinking because they're going to do that any damn way.
True enough.
Because if that was the case, a whole lot of stuff that we benefit from now wouldn't have ever happened. People worry about, well,
Right?
Bobby Joe
True.
down the road may think, screw Bobby Joe down the road. Bobby Joe ain't done crap in 20 years.
It's a Bobby
And we
Joe.
care why?
I just am amazed by this. I don't know. It just spoke to me. Like, how are you sitting up here talking about you love this, you love that, yet and still you out here putting your paws on someone.
Yeah, pause. I love that.
You is out here doing it like, I mean, for real. Like, come on, yo. Like, why? And then I'm telling you, like, over the last couple years, I've been really watching it closely.
But
And
no,
I'm like, what are y'all doing?
but notice how Larry Reed called it Ace of Ace because he basically called him like the pimping pastor.
I mean, but aren't
And
they
that was
all
pimp
though? Like,
like
is it
behavior.
some
Let's be
kind of
real. That
more?
was
Yes,
pimp
it
like
was.
behavior he
He
displayed.
grabbed her up by the neck. Hold on, I gotta see that again. I just,
I want to
I,
see it too.
okay, hold on, cause
So
girl, look
go
here.
for
I could not
it. roll that, no, roll
roll
that
that.
beautiful bean
I
footage.
was gonna say it. Roll that beautiful bean footage. Okay, hold
Child, because
on. Let's
this
see.
is straight messiness here.
Girl, I just had to. I was like, I'm gonna go live on this. This is crazy. Hold on real quick. Let me find this again. Let me go on my library. But no, I just feel
Hey.
like people get taken advantage of. You're giving your money to this man. He's not doing anything for the community that he has decided to move his church into. And I'm just like, who are you? What are you doing out here? I just don't get it. I don't understand that part. And you know what? Somebody brought up a great point last night. I was listening to them. It was hard. It was hard. Hard. I was listening to her last night and I was so tired, girl. I had dozed off. I was just listening. I was just so tired. and I just dozed off. But she said something that clicked with me. She said, have you ever thought about the names of the people of the Bible? Luke, Paul, John.
Hmm.
How is it that these names were translated back then? You think these people's names was John, Paul, and Luke?
Nope, because I actually had the Bible with the actual names.
You do?
Somewhere around here.
Oh gosh, I would love to talk about that.
And just like in Native American culture, your name had a lot to say
I was
about.
before. Look, I'm about to be petty. I put it out before contest.
Ooh, he gonna come over here and snatch your
I
baby
put
hairs.
it up. I'm gonna let him know like I did it first. You know what? I was talking to Chanel last night, and I was
Hmm.
just like, I have to give in to the truth of the fact that I love my people, but they love the ratchetness. And I'm gonna have to just start putting in my little two piece about the ratchetness while I'm trying to get, this stuff together for I'm going to get
Well, the
these green
ratchetness can
houses
be the
up.
conversation starter into the other things that you want to talk about.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. So here we go. Let's do this again. Let's
Hmm.
roll this back to
Yeah,
what I had showed it y'all earlier today.
you had showed it up.
Look. Look, Larry Reed is on here. I'm up here with y'all. Boo 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 doo. I did it.
I
That
love me some Larry Reed.
now
I
I
love my
did.
Aquarius folks, period, because
Oh,
Aquarius folks,
he's an Aquarius.
yes,
So Larry Reed is an Aquarius, and
yes, he is,
he's a
which is why he
Scorpio.
moves the way he does.
Right.
Because see, a lot of people don't understand about Aquariuses. They
Yeah.
are really amazing at accepting you for who you are, so they can see the whole essence of who you are, and like, okay, it is what it is, and accept it like it is, and they will adjust to how they need to move around you.
Right.
But they are very aware of what you are.
I am too through about this. Okay, wait. I'm trying to see the channels I have to see if anybody, because we're all like talking about this around the same time. Somebody did it an hour ago. I saw the earliest is 2 hours ago. I'm trying to see if I can find that's my boy. I love oh, okay. So Night and Day got something for us too. So hold on. Held in. All right. Let's go here. I'm about to pull this up, Purple. We about to watch some old kinds of crazy. On a Sunday.
Hmm.
On a Sunday. Hallelujah.
Look, like Larry said, the nickament.
Listen, Chanel had me weak. It's gonna start. We're gonna start calling it niggalations, because I'm telling you,
I've, I've already been using that Nicolations
niggalations. Oh, see,
chapter 1, verse 22.
I don't even get into.
Because I'm petty.
I can't with you. Oh, Chanel is here. Hey, baby girl, let me bring you up.
Hey, Chanel.
Hey, hey,
Hey
hey.
guys,
How
How
you doing,
you, love?
sweetheart?
good. How about you? My bad about the other night. I was passed out.
Girl,
Purple.
I went to sleep. I went to sleep too. Oh, you talking about when we was all on the?
Yes,
Yeah,
on
Uh-huh.
Clubhouse.
we laughed at you. It was hilarious. Okay, so
It
you got
was
it. Have you
adorable.
seen this? Have you seen this already, Chanel? Have you heard about the pastor bishop?
Which one?
Okay, I'll show it. Just watch. Just watch. All right, hold on. Shout out to Night and Day. I also follow them. I don't care about shouting out
Yeah, I
nobody.
like them too.
So here we go.
Night and Day Network.
Before we even get, okay, listen, y'all.
You took a deep breath just there for a minute.
I do not care what nobody say. You don't have to like me or not. That is not speaking in tongues, okay? That's made up. Babies speak in tongues. I believe that's a language. This right here. Okay, stop. All right, let's go.
Don't make me call Black Jesus on you.
I can't do this. What's wrong with him?
You got to do this. I want to see it, darn it.
What is that? What is
We
that?
we can't see chocolate.
We're not seeing it.
Oh shoot! I'm tripping.
You fired.
Look, I'm Am.
Girl.
Look, somebody fired the host because the host ain't hosting.
How you gonna do me like that? That's
You
so
know I got
foul.
different.
That's
This is my
so
nature.
foul. Hold on. I'm so through. I didn't forgot to pull it up. I apologize, crew.
Love,
Let's
love,
see.
love.
Hey y'all, hey y'all. All right, thank you, Bougie Bob Army, for coming. All right, let's see this shenanigans, and this is gonna be from the Book of Nigalations. Let's go. Hold on. I can't. I'm so done, y'all. This makes my heart hurt. Hold on. Let me make sure I got all this stuff up. Hold on. Let me close this.
Galatians
Okay.
3:15. Thou shalt not sympathize and pay for your child.
Right. There's now.
Oh,
Yes.
Chanel,
We
are
got
you going to
all.
be a bad influence on me? Also,
Oh,
I
that's
just
not
need to
my
know
child.
I
That's
got it.
your child. Black love. Black love.
All right, let's go. I can't with y'all.
We can't hear, sis. Just go ahead and send me the link.
Oh yeah, it seemed I have a problem with this. I think
Yeah,
it's my.
Yeah.
cause see, we gotta fire this host. This whole thing.
How you gonna fire me and
You
you on
gotta
my
fire the
channel?
host.
How you gonna
We're
fire
going
me
to
on
have
my
to take
channel?
over.
Man, I'm
We just
tired of
gotta stick
y'all.
to cool.
Listen, how y'all gonna do it? I ain't even been here on here that long. That's messed up.
You know we love you. We gotta stick with you.
I'm new to the game. How you gonna do it to me? Why y'all being weird to me?
Oh
But
no.
I'm gonna tell you something. I don't know. Maybe I should. Maybe I should start a something on here. I don't know. The fellas. That all I want to do is a fellowship. That's all. Just come on and fellowship with us. Here we go. All right, you ready?
Nothing but the rush and hurry.
Go ahead and fast forward it.
Oh, that nigga.
Your favorite problem, Pastor Chanel.
Can you please pause that? Please pause
He was
that.
mocking her. That's not cool.
Girl, he must be talking to his African ancestors because I
He
did
wasn't
not
talking
understand.
to the first of all, stop. He wasn't talking to nobody.
He was mocking her.
Yes, he
Mama,
wanted her
And that's
out.
a very dangerous
mamacita.
place to be.
First of all, he is a sheep up here talking about some black sheep, how many wool. Go on somewhere, sir. Let's go.
That's Sheba for
Bye
real.
bye, black sheep, daddy.
I want to go.
But I had to stop because I just remember YouTube
I can't. I can't
mystery.
with this.
But see,
Okay, here it is.
What the heck?
Exactly.
he,
Did he just muff her?
yeah.
Pause it.
But you know why he did that, right?
She was in the back. She was talking. And yes, he is bougie. He is speaking gibberish. That ain't, oh my gosh. That irritates me more than anything else. I hated going to church and listening to people. Oh, I'm speaking in tongues. How
Now,
do you know?
excuse me, ladies, as the goddess of pettiness, I have to tell you that was the language of pettiness.
Yep.
That was
He
the
ain't
white
even
language of
petty.
pettiness.
He ain't even petty. He getting
I
on my
mean, if
nerves.
niggas can't get their point across, they gonna use their hands.
Exactly. Thank you,
They gonna use
Chanel.
their hands.
You're
Mm-hmm.
gonna use your hands,
Sit
and
down,
then
sister. Sit down.
no, he
Y'all know I
told me.
got a
He
paper
said,
saw, cause
No, that's basically what he told her. Like he muffed her and said, "Sit down, sister. Sit down."
right. No,
see,
they
the
was
whole thing
gonna. They were
of it
trying to
was,
remove him. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I didn't mean cut across you. I apologize. The
No,
whole
it's
thing,
okay.
the whole thing of it was when you do actually have somebody who's under the influence of the spirit, even if you're not recognizing what's being said, you can feel the conviction that's coming from the Holy Spirit, and it can cause problems when you on some fuckery.
Yeah,
Let's
but
just
what's
be real.
Yeah, but
And
what's the
see, she was
unfortunate?
sitting.
The Holy Spirit will not be in a place of evilness. These men, their hearts are filled with hate. So if they're getting any spirit, honey, that's Satan. I don't believe any type of positive spirit of the highest white light is in these churches.
But sometimes, Chanel, the spirit will come into places as a warning, as a judgment against the person who's doing these things. That has been shown time and time again as well.
But what has been his judgment? I mean, he's rich. I think he's like a millionaire,
There's
and
been a
he
lot of judgment against him lately. Look at what's happening right now. He's under arrest. Judgment
he's
doesn't always work the way that you think it does.
he's in jail
Ju-
right now.
He was placed under arrest for what he did with her.
Period. Finally.
Fair use, educational purposes. Yes, he
And
is being
judgment has many
detained.
different forms. Sometimes judgment is not obvious to you, but the person who's doing the BS whole life behind the scenes can be tore up from the floor up.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
Judgment isn't always obvious. That's why in the Bible it tells you that you shouldn't be jealous of people that you think are wicked and they're not having answers because you really don't know what's going on behind the scenes.
Well, the
I'm not,
Bible says turn the other cheek. He's gonna be turning a lot of cheeks in jail tonight. So I feel bad for him.
girl, he'll probably be out.
Child. Yeah, he might like turning
What do
them
you
cheeks.
What do you ladies think his excuse will be?
Sorry.
What do you ladies think his excuse will be for muffing this black woman?
That she was heckling.
Uh-huh.
That she was causing a disturbance.
Anything to escape
That
accountability.
Yeah, exactly. So it's still new on the mainstream. Let me go back into YouTube because that's where it seems to be all of the other information.
I
But
think this
yes,
woman seen that he was a joke. She seen that he was playing and probably just decided to walk up out of his church. And like
I'm not
any
mad
black
at it.
man, he felt threatened and he felt like he needed to put his club foot down.
He put his paws
You
on her
petty, his
neck.
clubfoot, really?
Girl, you know that one toe that leaned to the side? They all have it.
Oh, I found it. So bet shout out again
Let's go.
to King Jives. He got
Uh-huh.
the woman on here. Hold on.
Look, you know King Jives got it.
Well, see, I didn't know nothing about him, but he must have
Is
popped
King
up. He
Jives the
popped.
gay guy? Or is that
I
Conscious
don't.
TV?
I don't know. Conscious is yes, he's gay. That's
Oh
conscious.
yeah.
And then yeah, so I just
But
sent you this
if
link.
I'm not mistaken, Jives is a part of the community too. Don't
Yeah,
quote
oh,
me on
Yeah,
I
I think
that.
believe
so,
so.
yeah.
Yeah. I just sent it to you. Like I said, this is disgusting. I'm just so tired of black men and they bulloni. And then where are the black men who are going, this is enough.
But you're going to see it more
Enough.
because this is the age of Aquarius, so stuff that needs to come out is going to come to the forefront.
Shout out again to King Jives putting this
Mhm.
together. Thank you so much. I am fair use. I'm using your stuff, fair use. Let's go. She's gonna show what happened to her neck.
See,
Your bitches.
she a good one because, honey,
Why would any black
Oh,
woman walk up in this church? Look at this mess.
right. This is
This
where
look
he
like a
built his
donut
church.
shop.
I ain't buying no donuts from there.
Chanel, you petty.
Girl,
Go ahead
I
and be
don't know
petty.
any donut shop around here that look
I
that
don't want
tore
no
up from the
bacon
holy
for
store.
moly donuts.
Jesus.
That is holy moly donuts. That's who that is.
Holy moly donut shop. Hold the
Holy,
flies.
right. Hold the flies.
Oh, y'all
Go
are
ahead.
terrible and
Go
petty, and
ahead.
I'm loving it. Thank you for these beautiful offerings, ladies.
You're welcome.
Oh, there she is. I'm gonna go ask her if she okay.
This the young lady who was reporting this.
And he's standing in front of her. Stay right there. Well, come out.
The cops
Wha-
stay at this man church. I ain't never seen
Well,
a cop at
no,
a church.
look. This is the beginning of it.
Miraculously,
Because
look at
he's
God.
still
What are you doing?
He hadn't been arrested yet.
So where you from?
he's still very
She
much a street dude.
look,
Look
yeah.
how
I
beautiful
know.
she
Where's
is.
her?
No
Where you from?
weave, no
She is
lashes.
gorgeous.
Got everything.
No,
Got
she
everything.
ain't overweight
Come
and
on,
she
give me some.
not
Oh, you
friendly.
waiting for them? They said they have to enter. Okay, so after
Okay,
you
I'm gonna be
my wife
quiet.
take you home. Okay, I'm gonna wait. Okay. Have a good one. I'm
Good
not.
job,
And
sister.
none of that.
Yeah.
How can we reach out to the
Huh?
lady? I
You
want
spoke
to
to the
talk
women.
to
What
her.
happened? Official statement.
Well, I'll reach out to King Jives and
Well,
see
I
if
can
she
talk.
wanted to be
Back to
interviewed.
Yeah, girl, we gotta
okay.
start doing interviews. We
All
gotta start
right.
being a blogger,
As long as
girl.
you know,
I guess I am. This is Chocolate Earth News coming to you from the ones and the
I can go to
twos,
the police soon.
doing it
I
for the
like
nine
that. That
nines
make
and
it
the
go
two
talk these
thousands.
ways.
But see, this
You wanna
is
come on,
why
party? We lit. We on tonight then. I got you.
I
I'll
don't
send you the link as soon as I
I
get home.
Wow.
don't deal with the
Cause I
religious
know I'm gonna get home
stuff
and settled.
like that.
The
And
cotton.
even
Take some. Y'all
Jesus
talk.
spoke about don't be like religious people because they can see you struggling and they will give zero else about you.
Mm-hmm.
We're
And
taught not
Jesus
to
also
care
said,
about each
don't,
other.
right. And he said also, don't praise false idols. And
They
all
do
of these
we do it all
Hmm
pastors
the
are
time.
false idols. They
We
want to be
do it all the
praised.
time.
They want that money. They don't really even like people don't even go to church for Jesus anymore. It's all about getting pimped out by pastor pimp,
Pass the pay.
pastor $40.
Front of the store.
Pass it $40. I like that.
Yeah, make
I
you
like
wanna go
pass the
fight me, girl.
$40.
Don't hide. That
Here,
nigga
I'm about
said
to
don't
run it because I
hide.
don't like it being so big on the screen. Hold on.
Well, do them when they
So she's
already
in the
seen the face.
car
I
talking
still
to the guy.
Well,
Girl,
the
look how
girl,
nasty this. Look, this is his car right here. Look how nice his car is in this nasty lot. Like this is all his money right here. I feel like the whole church donation just went right here.
girl, listen. They don't. All of these what are they called? Prosperity churches. And
Hmm.
like I was telling Purple before you got on here, my sister has always encouraged me to start some kind of fellowship, like just a community of people to come and talk about, your spiritual desires, your questions, things like that, and let's go down that lane together. No judgment, no you going straight to hell. We need to talk about the realities that we live in and stop trying to connect them in a way that we're supposed to be living this particular way. If you read the Bible, it was nothing but chaos anyway. You had your
Yep.
good people, you had your bad people. It's no different that we have today. It's just that we're different players play in the same play. That's all.
And let's not forget, Jesus was killed by his own people. The man that everybody worships and say to be like, and to, that, oh, this is the way to do it. He
Same
was killed
way.
in his time. He was killed in
Thank
his
you.
time of
Think,
chaos. As
think
soon as
about
a
it.
righteous man showed up and tried to step up, everybody killed him.
Yeah.
And I feel like if Jesus showed up right now, they would do that too. I feel like these niggas would feel so ashamed because they wasn't doing shit and Jesus had to come pull up on them.
First of
Actually,
all, they
there's a
wouldn't even
video that
believe
actually
him.
talks about a man who had the similar qualities to Jesus that did show up, and they did exactly that.
Yeah, and I heard that. I heard they chopped him up into pieces because
Yeah,
supposedly he
they did
kept,
everything to him,
yeah, he kept reconnecting to his body, so they chopped him up into a lot of pieces and flew him
and
off
he
in
still
all
came
parts of the
back.
world. Right,
Still
and they
came
saw
back.
him when they right. Girl, I
It's
think
just
that's a true story. That's a
it's
true
just
story.
It
it
is a
just
true story.
it just
That
don't
was
make no
told by
sense.
CIA, honey.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm
And if
not
it's not
mistaken, the
Jesus,
original
girl,
story came from a CIA person.
It just
yeah,
So
don't
and if
make
it's
it's
no
a
not
true
sense.
story.
Jesus, I do think it's
But
a human from the stars. I think humans do live in stars, but we just don't know it. And I don't
but
think the white people will ever know because, I feel like there's some beyond our power that can make sure that they don't know,
Right.
well, see, a lot of the stuff that they've been doing in the black community is to keep down what they believe is the black messiah that's going to come forth. So they've been doing a lot of things to rein that in.
But here's what
But
I say.
the
What are we
thing
supposed to
is, though,
do while we waiting?
with a power like that, it's already proven with that dude that
Yep.
when it chooses to show up, you're not going to stop it. When you really understand your divinity and how powerful you are, the chains that they have tried to put on you will fall off and you won't be able to be contained. And that's the thing that they're afraid of. Because once you have somebody who's fully broken free from the illusions, you
Right.
can no longer put them back into the
No.
illusion
Once you
anymore.
yes, like taking it off your
Hmm.
glasses, and then it's like, damn, I can't put them back.
Yeah, because Dick Gregory talked about it before he passed. When you are able to see,
Yeah.
you can't unsee what you saw.
Right.
Yeah,
It's
and that's the
there.
whole thing of free will. I think
Hmm.
you really can't. I don't think that will happen like a magic nigga just come down and open everybody's eyes. I
Girl, when
think it's
she
more of a
said that,
free
I thought I
will.
was gonna pass out.
Girl, I think it's just like a free will thing. Like, people can choose to embrace
That's
themselves.
what the creator
And I
gave us.
yeah, and
That's
I
what the
think people
creator gave
Yeah,
us.
can.
it's a choice, but well,
People choose to be in the matrix because they like, the drama and the mess, I guess.
we're saying the same thing. You have your choice of whether you choose to wake up or you choose to stay asleep. That's
Exactly.
completely on you.
Does
Yeah.
But
doesn't the
everybody ain't going
Bible
to choose to stay asleep.
right?
Hmm.
Doesn't the Bible say don't be materialistic? But in this man's lot is a lot of materials. Every time he gets on a live, he has on Louis Gucci suits and Prada Fendi. Like what kind of
Yeah.
it? But in the area where it's impoverished, in the area where it looked like the hood, like I would never show up. Like he gonna get his chain snatched. Oh yeah, he already did. Never mind. And
He
I
got
think
well, they
he
think that was
actually
a scam.
it
They
was.
were
He got
talking
his
about it
chain
was a
snatched
scam.
and was
Hmm.
crying, talking about some the black men, but the black men. But then the next week he talking about doing a fight with DL Hewley.
Right.
Like
I'm
make it
just
make
saying.
sense. You didn't
Because
fight them
he's
niggas
just,
that came and snatched your chain.
Oh
because this is
wow.
not a genuine thing for him. This is just the latest hustle that he's doing right now. And it
Right.
shows. It shows in how he's moving. It shows in his actions. Because the actions he took with that woman was typical street behavior. That was not the actions of somebody who is considering themselves a pastor to handle spirituality in any way, shape, or
Sister,
form.
yes.
This was
Yes.
just a dude who
Yeah.
chose to play a role because he wanted what he thought that role could give him. It's
Yeah.
And this
nothing
is
genuine
yes,
about this at
yes.
all with him.
This is
It's
just a
not
nigga in
authentic
the
to him.
hood. Yep. Just a nigga in the hood. And I think it speaks to how unprotected we are, and even in our own communities, and men just want to look over it. Like they never want to speak on our protection, but it's always about the history that oppressed them. We can't even go to the hood. We can't even go to these men's churches where we go to praise God without
You
getting
can't
a
speak
hand on
against
us.
you cannot speak against what they're supposedly doing because it makes no sense. Who trying to light something on fire? What's really going on here?
Sister
I'm trying to
Purple.
light. I'm trying to light the
Do I
sage
do
on
I
fire.
need
Sister Purple
oh
lighting up
okay.
that purple.
That's that's right. If I had some purple, I would be lighting it.
I can't,
Girl,
right?
sister
Listen.
perp.
That's right. Y'all gonna hear
Not
me
sister
click
perp.
these freaking lighters until I get one of them light.
I can't deal with y'all. Not
Cause
sister
I
perp.
love y'all, and y'all need to know what I be doing.
Oh my gosh. Well, you guys, I'm not going to stay on too much longer because, like I said, this is definitely going to be something that I'm going to keep following I'm gonna look and see what else is going on in the world and see, it's Sunday and they already starting with violence. So
Hmm.
Girl,
I
who?
the pastor on Sunday.
Sister, let's speak on the minutes. I'm gonna be here all day.
Well, I gotta go to the bathroom, so excuse me.
All
But
right, we'll wait.
yes, let's. I love you so much, Chanel. You make me laugh so hard. But yeah, I think I'm bothered because that's what before you got here. This is what Purple was saying to me, that why it irks me so is because there's a calling within there,
Hmm.
and I grew up in the church. So let me just testify real quick. So I
Go
grew up
ahead and
in the church.
testify.
I will testify
So now,
on this Sunday morning, evening time, afternoon for other folk. But I was about 13 when I felt when this is what happened to me. Now y'all can tell me what y'all think. This is what happened. So I'm in church with my friend at the time. Shout out to Cody. I don't know where she is in the world now, but I hope it all is well for her. So her parents, my parents, well, her mom and it's crazy because my dad's best friend was dating her mother. So we all went to church. My mom, him, uh, her boyfriend, and her mom. And so me and Cody was sitting in front of them in the pews. It's an older church, older Black Baptist church. So church is going on, and I don't remember everything, but this is what I was told happened. They said I stood up, and it was like electricity went through my whole body. My arms flared out. It was like I was, like on I guess on a cross or something like that. But I was just standing up, and I was just, it was like I was getting electrocuted. And so my friend Cody grabbed me. They told her grab her. So she grabs me, and she caught whatever. It was like I was electrocuting her too. And the way my mother explained it, she was like, it was almost like I was being lifted in a way. And then it was just over with. And then at the end of the end of church, this lady walked up to my mom, and she stared at me for a minute and looked at my mom and told her she's got a white light around her. And it was like after that day, it was like anything that could go wrong went wrong. It was so like, it was scary for me because I loved going to church because of the fellowship part. I loved feeling people's energy, us clapping, us dancing, us singing. Um, not, and sometimes the ministry was okay, but I went there mainly for those particular things. Because I'm like, we're supposed to be making a joyful noise. It says that in the Bible. But I've had other encounters in my life, so to speak, going to church. And I'm not gonna lie and say that it didn't scare me, and I stepped out because I was like, I don't want to be fake. I don't want to fall into the same trap that Black people get encouraged to fall into. Oh, you need to lead, you need to be a pastor. Yeah, I want my heart to be in the right place. So that's what happened. There's my testimony, y'all. Say what you
Okay.
will.
but that's typical of anybody that has a calling.
Yeah, because
They
I
tend
grew
to
up in
be
church for
very
18 years.
hesitant about taking on their calling because you recognize the accountability and responsibility that comes along with your mission in life. But that's your life's mission. The
Right.
things that are irking you, the things that won't allow your spirit to rest, that is your life's purpose.
What I
The
don't
very
understand,
reason that I do the work that I do with teaching people how to manifest, teaching people how to create and better their own lives, is because that's what I love to do. That's what makes me tick. Because I don't like seeing people creating their bringing curses upon themselves because they're literally causing things to happen to themselves and they're not recognizing it's not happening to you is coming from within you. And when you recognize that you're the one that's creating these situations, once you become aware of it, you can now go through the process of changing it and making your life better. So for somebody like me who went through the process and having to struggle to figure these things out, because I went through that, my heart's desire is to make sure that other people don't have to go through as much as I did, that they can benefit from what I went through. And I count it all joy because as long as I'm able to help people to improve their lives and make their lives better, it's not only going to impact that person, it's going to impact the people around you. My whole
Hmm.
point about coming into this earth for me was to leave this world a lot better off than when I came into it, and to do it by helping people understanding that you're you are divine in your own right. You are an aspect of the source of whatever you want to call the power that does all the things that it does, and what that means to be an aspect of that power, and how that plays out in day to day life. Because what you say, what you do, what you think really matters. And if you're
I,
not liking things that are showing up in your life,
I
well,
don't.
let's go through the process of actually learning what we can do to change it, to make it better.
And
And that's
applying
what,
it.
yeah, and that's what I thought that's what you're supposed to be doing. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Chanel. What you think?
What do I think? Wait, well, can you ask the question again?
At what after my testimony, what you think?
I think I totally agree. And I think it's also really dangerous how they get the kids. They really tell the kids, oh, we got popcorn and candy. Come to Bible school study. You can have all the snacks. And really they're there to reprogram the minds of young, I would say mostly black children, because in the hood where I grew up there was always a bus to come pick up all the kids and we would go to
Girl, me
Bible
too.
study. And those men on the bus that were the so-called helpers, or they worked for the church, girl, they was questionable. I feel like they was looking at the kids. I remember one of the guys actually was trying to come on to me, and I was probably like 15, 14, and he watched me grow up in the church. And that's sick because I did see a video of a black man that was a school bus driver, and he watched this little girl grow up since she was in middle school. And I think once she hit a freshman in high school, he literally let all the kids off the bus but her. And this grown ass man, she was 15, he's probably like in his 40s, he called her parents and told her parents that he was in love with their 15-year-old daughter. And the 15-year-old daughter, she was still inside the bus. Luckily, she's safe. He didn't do anything to her. But it's scary to grow up in, these places like school, church, where we're supposed to be safe. And I feel like that's the number one spot that these men go, like, for access to children. And they don't always have to have a record, because some of them know how to play it smooth and just check kids out for a little bit before they make their move. And I don't even think it's about going to church or trying to do the right thing, because as I gotten older, I've seen a lot of people leave the church. I've seen a lot of people come and go. I've heard hardships. And I don't know, it's just nothing but poverty and just wickedness connected to this religion. I've never heard of any wickedness connected to spiritualism. It's just I've never heard a spiritualist person ever, go into a demon attack or need a resurrection or need to be prayed off of. It's always either a Christian or just somebody that, doesn't have a religion, I guess, because I think it's the faith thing too. A lot of people don't have faith. And that opens the door for these like negative entities to come in, and people don't understand that. But yeah, that's my testimony.
Well, it
Yeah.
goes back to what I'm sorry. Go
No, no,
ahead.
no. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
It goes back to what I teach. Whatever you're giving your focus and attention to, you're creating more of in your reality. So, what you're watching in these churches, because they are sin minded based, they create better sinners because the attention and the focus is on the sin, not on that actual living a productive life, doing things that are more godlike. They're too busy focusing on the fact that you don't miss the mark. You're going to miss the mark repeatedly throughout your life. That is that shouldn't be the attention and where the focus goes. The things that should be focused on is on what's good, pure, and lovely. Because when you do that, that in and of itself brings a certain amount of protection. Because whatever your dominant thought is, that's what you're going to create and manifest into your life. So if your dominant thoughts are on what's good, pure, and lovely, then more of that is going to show up in your life than the negative stuff. But as long as you're negative, low vibrating, fear based, sending everybody to hell, judging everything, then you're gonna get what being on that, with having that focus and attention gets you, which is more of the same. It's going to continue to breed more judgment things for you to be judgmental about, more negative things is going to pop up. And like I was warning one of my students, and I've repeatedly warned people of this. When you choose to see yourself as a victim, you get everything that being a victim gives you. And you have to be extremely careful because you don't know what villain is going to show up. And it can be a villain that takes you out of here when you choose to see yourself from that perspective. Plus, that perspective is a place of disempowerment. It's not a place of empowerment for yourself.
I
So
agree.
when
Yep.
you're doing
And
those type of things, you have to be mindful of that
It's just
because
so, yeah, exactly.
just like the pastor we was talking about, he wanted to be the
mhm,
victim, claimed somebody robbed him, but now look at him, he in jail, and he's being
mhm.
showed who the victim really is. Like, you can't play with Jesus. This man came up on national TV playing with Jesus, playing with God, and got sat down real quick.
I think it's just playing with I think when you play with humans, period, if we are all creations, right? We're all created in the womb of a woman, brought into this world. And I think when you mess with the creations, us humans, animals, insects, so on and so forth, out of hurt, out of pain, out of malice, it's gonna come back. It's the world spins a 360. Everything.
Just like Kevin, spew for all the hate for black
Hey,
women, and we are the divine. If
hey.
and
niggas are the
see
divine, then what are we?
and see
Exactly.
he proved what I said. Notice everything that he kept repeating over and over again became his final reality.
Big Shirley. Oh, you overweight. You got hypertension. You got diabetes, but then died from it. It's just weird how the world goes around. The same thing and hate that this man spewed out went right back to him. And he died with the problems of an overweight person. But he was fit and friendly though.
You
So fit and
know,
friendly people can't have diabetes. Holly Berry don't got diabetes.
I'm gonna
Because
need you
here's
to
the thing,
stop.
your subconscious doesn't care what you put down there. It's automatically going to implement whatever goes down there.
Yeah.
One thing that the mind loves is for you to feel something strongly and for you to repeat something over and over again. That was literally a freaking mantra for him. So all of that got down into his subconscious mind and took him out of here.
Yep. It's just like these men can't think for themselves. Again, they're always waiting for a leader, some magical person to just show up and give them a helping hand. And they always like to go back, well, our people in general, because I guess it's a black channel, our people in general like to compare to other races, and I think that's the problem with some of us. As soon as we want to talk about an argument, oh, but white people, and I think we're just so focused on
Yeah, like
everybody
we're
else,
not even.
we
We're
don't
not
even
even
focus on
about it.
ourselves.
So I changed the title because we're about to get into it then. So I changed it to Pastors Gone Wild. I put Lamor Whitehead in there. But we're gonna talk about a few pastors that I've seen over time. And we're gonna see how this rocks. So this is one of my favorite shows. I'm gonna send you the link. Young lady. Hold
TD
on.
Jakes, oh, Kirk Franklin, girl. I want to talk about Kirk Franklin.
Well, hold on. We're gonna talk
And what am
about
I, burnt toast?
I feel
what
like
you
that's
talking about.
You know I'm going to just pick with you. I just have to say, what about me?
What about
Because
you?
that's the mantra with a lot of these folks that act like hell. What about me?
What about me? I'm I'm smart
as
too.
as a
Right?
victim.
Look,
Now
look,
check this out.
Rafael, don't forget my favorite one. What do you want from me?
Right? Why you being weird?
Girl,
Why you being weird to me? I just can't take it. Like, what is we doing here?
is that girl? That man be crying all over TV. He crying every relationship he
Okay,
get
so
in. That
I
man is a
I sent this.
crybaby.
We're gonna go through a few of these pastors. Pastors gone wild. We're gonna pop this off. Thank you, Mr. Whitehead, because it's the reason why we here. So we're gonna go on keep it popping. Miss Chanel, since you navigating the videos, I'm sending this to you right now. All
I
right.
already got it on lock. I'm good.
So I'm gonna just let everybody know this is my one of my baby dads. I love him so much. Shout out to TYT. I follow them all the time. But I wanted to show this because
Is
they
that
were put,
MLK?
huh? Is that Martin Luther the King? No.
Is that the Kang?
Chanel, that's a timeout. Depot and Sid.
Not the
uh,
Kang reincarnated.
and you know how they, like you just said, they always talk about white people this, white people that. Check this out. Go ahead, press play.
Pastor resigned because he committed child molestation. The congregation gave him a standing ovation. The victim confronted him. Let's go to the first video.
For 27 years, I lived in a prison. It was not 20 years. I lived in a prison of lies and shame. Lying to protect the Lowe family. For years, I thought I was a horrible person having suicidal thoughts, not realizing what had been truly done to me. I was just 16 when you took my virginity on your office floor. Do you remember that?
Pause.
I know you do, and I have plenty of other stories that I could bring.
Do you see
I
what I'm
want to
talking
speak
about?
on
Oh my gosh.
I don't want to say I don't believe her, but there's this new thing where white women, aka Karens, go around causing a lot of trouble and just lying on people.
I have to tell you, Chanel, I have to disagree
But
with
I
you,
don't think this
baby.
is a lie though. This looks
No.
like it's serious.
Oh, it's serious. Keep going, babe.
To remembrance. You did things to my teenage body that had never and should have never been done. If you can't admit the truth, you have to answer to God. You are not the victim here. I tried to tell someone, but all that was done was cover up. No one ever came to me. No one ever helped me. No one ever got me counseling. I have wanted to talk to somebody all of these years and never. You have. You have somebody that you talk to. I never have. The church deserves to know the truth. This church has been built on lies, but no more. The lies need to stop. I could give story after story after story to what you did to me. Michael, your dad is not the victim here. A partial truth is not true.
She was telling you that you're gonna call her a liar.
If I would have gotten counseling, your dad would be in prison.
All right, you can
Let's
pause
put
it.
it.
That remind me of one of those scary white people movies where like it looks all
Mhm.
happy and it's a church, but then after dark they praying to demons and like
Exactly.
doing evil shit behind closed doors to get power.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's what I'm talking about. This is what irks me. Why is it always the same thing? If it ain't you, you're being touched in an inappropriate way, you're being DV'd, you're being SA'd. It's like enough is enough. And I think that's what what bothers me is that you do this in the name of a book that you say is the word of the entity that you praise, but yet and still you did this. You made a choice to put your hands on this girl, just like Mr. Whitehead put his hands on that woman today. And I don't
Yep.
understand it. It's like once men, certain men, so don't get in my face with the all this, all that, but it's enough to cause a problem that these pastors or people who call themselves pastors, you're supposed to be a leader. You're supposed to be a spiritual guide. You're not a god. And that's what I think happens. Is it that complex of, oh, I'm the omnipotent. I'm this, I'm that. You need to bow down to me. You need to do all this. Oh, well, you can't say nothing to pastor. Who are they?
Yep.
Who are they? And
And
yes,
that's
it
that's so
does.
true.
It bothers
But
me
this is
every
what
year.
happens when accountability is no longer present.
You in the
When you
matrix.
have when you have
Sister, you underwater.
people,
You underwater, sister. Come up.
you want to come out for saying I'm underwater.
No, for real. It's breaking up. I promise you. We're not just being bad.
Okay, let me go out and come back in.
Please, I want you to come back.
But yes, chocolate, to your point,
Yeah.
it's just like these religion is just the easiest place to hide, like, because you can't question these men because they're so-called men of God. You can't have any type of decorum. You can't expect these men to be men because they feel like they're doing a mission for God, but really
Right.
they're just doing a mission for themselves.
Yeah.
And it's not only Christian pastors. Let's also talk about the
It's all of
Catholic
them.
priests who,
Oh,
touch little
girl.
boys in the confessionals, and a lot of them, they haven't even been indicted yet because of
No,
the
what they
power that they
do,
have in church.
I'm gonna tell you exactly what they do. Once they find out that a pastor has done something to hurt a child, all they do is move the pastor to another parish.
Yep.
That's
So
it.
he can go do it again.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. You know, I just am so tired of people taking advantage of my people. I don't know why. I can't explain the feelings that I have sometimes. And why do I care so much? And I question myself, but I do care because it just seems like no one else does, in the sense of doing something, in the sense of changing the trajectory when we have an opportunity to do something. And it's just,
Yes.
it makes me, I don't know how, what's the word I can add? I'm trying to think. Hello, welcome back, ma'am. I get frustrated with the process of, well, they're a man of God. How do you know that? How do you know
Yep.
that? Oh, they living righteously. What does that even mean? Are you walking around? Are you giving all your money to the people in your congregation? Are you building housing? Are you creating schools? What are you doing to assist the community? Now you'll go buy this rickety ass church in a community, have people coming down there in an unsafe area, but yet and still you feel you have the right, because you have people cheering you on, that it's okay you disciplining her. Who are you? And like I
We're not
said, it
even
could not
protected,
have been
girl.
mine. It could
Right.
not. One man got up. Did you see a man get up
Not
and stop
one.
him?
Nope.
And these are supposed to be men of God. No. That's why I did. I don't have a problem with religion, because I think everything is a religion if you look up the definition. It's just like culture. It's a culture. Religion is a culture. You have Christianity, then you have all of the branches of Christianity. You've got your Baptist, you've got your AME,
Yep.
you've got I can't think of all of them, but you got one. You got them. So I was baptized, right? And that's supposed to be washing away, who you were and who you are. But then you turn around and tell me that children come in the world and they're already full of sin. Make it make
Right. I had to
sense.
get baptized at, I think it was the first time I got baptized was like 7. And then I actually got baptized a second time. I think it was like at 13. And, the church was telling me, like, all children are innocent, children don't have sin. But then at the same time, we got to get baptized. The Bible says we were born in sin. So if we're born into sin, shouldn't we all be getting baptized like once a week? Shouldn't we all be getting baptized once a week? Because after you get baptized that first time, they say, okay, after this baptism, anything you do until you die is gonna be washed away. So if you touch kids, if you do any of that, After this baptism, God will forgive you. And I just think that's so unfair. And I think that also is kind of a scapegoat that a lot of these
Yeah.
pastors and preachers
Yeah.
use. And they feel like, oh well, anything I do bad is okay because I'm doing something for God, or I got baptized so He's gonna forgive me, or hey, I gave my life to Christ for this long, so I could just do one bad thing,
Right.
and it's hypocritical.
Very. I just sent you a link. I want you to pull this up. This was from 2 years ago. And this is a pastor. I'm assuming he passed on, but there's a story behind this. And I really don't. I don't understand it. I don't get what's the point. So, okay, here we go. Fair use, fair use. We are using this for
Pastor
educational
begins preaching
purposes.
at a new church, but there is concern because he's a registered sex offender.
This is video of Reverend Daryl Gilliard, who became the new pastor of Mount Ararat Baptist Church in Northwest Jacksonville on Sunday. But some people say they're worried because he admitted to molesting 2 girls and served time for those crimes in 2009. News 4 Jax reporter Janice Harris learned about this from concerned viewers, and she's been looking into the pastor's background. Janice?
Well, many people say that Reverend Gilliard is a great preacher, but there are others that say he should never be in a pulpit again because he has admitted to molesting girls.
I send away. James is a great physician. He's a deep shepherd.
This is Reverend Daryl Gilliard, a local.
Just look, all this is black women. All this is black women and old niggas that nobody wanted to take care of.
Yeah.
That's
You're so crazy.
basically
Keep
all the
going.
black churches. All the black churches are like this.
Preacher, but it's
This
his
is
previous
sad.
behavior outside the pulpit that is causing concern. Gilliard is a registered sex offender in Florida.
But when I walked in and I looked around, everybody was in awe of him.
Lynn Jones is an editor for the Jacksonville Free Press. Jones said she received calls of concern about Gilliard being installed.
Our phones were ringing off the hook. And members of my area, they were totally upset. And
some of the members were upset because in 2009, the preacher admitted to molesting 2 girls while being a pastor at Shiloh Baptist Church. Gilliard was sentenced to 3 years in prison and probation. In 2012, Gilliard began preaching at Christ Missionary Tabernacle Baptist Church. Again, some were upset. This week, Gilliard became the new lead pastor at Mount Ararat Baptist Church. Some people posted their concerns on the church's Facebook page. If you are not already a member at Mount Ararat Baptist Church, I would not recommend you come here as your church home. Another woman, Tiffany Thigpen Kilgannon, who says she was a victim, wrote in short, quote, God doesn't need predators in the pulpit, no matter how great a preacher or the truth of God's word being spoken. I went to Mount Ararat to talk with Reverend Gilliard, but the staff said no comment. By phone, James Andrews, one of Gilliard's longtime supporters, told me he trusts Gilliard.
I was certainly disappointed, but I prayed about it like I try and do about everything, and
Mute it,
I forgave him.
Pause. I'm sorry. Do you hear this?
Girl.
Now the women, this also ties into black women not being believed and not being heard. So you're gonna pray away what he's done already? And you already know you got 100% truth that the creator
not
told
one,
you.
but 2 girls. Like, I understand one time is a mistake, and not even then is it a mistake. Because you can't repent after the first time, but you chose to do it a second time. If you really are a man of God, after that first time, you would have repented. You would have been like, okay, yeah, I'm not doing this. But no, you did it again. I'm glad there's no children. I'm glad there's a lot of old people in that church. Because I don't think anyone under the age of 40 should be going there.
First of all, nobody should be going there. Let's just be honest. No one should be going there because this is ridiculous. It's disgusting, the things that we have had to endure as black women when it comes to the black church. And I believe that black men, certain types of black men who decide to be pastors, is because think about it. What other lane are black men that powerful?
You don't have to pay. You don't got to pay rent in the church, do you?
No.
And you don't have to pay taxes on the church, do you?
No.
And you technically don't have to help out everybody, do you?
Right.
That's what niggas do.
I can't stand you.
No, I'm just saying, sister, it is. And have you heard of that
Yeah.
one church of that pastor? Everybody was questioning him because his choir had a lot of, LGBTQ members,
Hmm.
and came to find out the whole time those little boys since they was kids was being touched on. And when they came out, nobody believed them. And when that pastor passed away, all of a sudden they was right the whole time.
It's just disgusting that
Girl,
young
I would
girls are
never.
not listened, not heard.
Nope.
Young women are not heard, and then black men to say to another black woman, "Oh, well, what about the black boys? What about them? What are you doing
Exactly.
for them? Where y'all at for the black boys that's also having to go through these type of things?" It
Right.
just doesn't. Listen, I found this list of religious leaders who was convicted of crimes, child.
Girl.
It's just I don't.
Hey, Sister Perk.
Can y'all hear
I just my mouth is through.
Sister Zaza. What's up?
Not Sister Zaza.
Oh, she's still Borgin?
I don't know what's going on with her. I can't hear her. This is just crazy. Like they got Wikipedia got a whole list. I'm not going through that list. Let me continue
Girl, I
on.
I think we already know, like,
Yeah,
in the
there's
safest
nothing.
places. Yeah, I wouldn't even go to church anyway because obviously there's no protection. After I heard that story about that white dude walking up in a black church and just gunning everybody down, and no black man was armed. So y'all telling me in the hood where niggas be at, no black man had a gun in that church
Well,
to
I'm gonna
protect
tell you something.
the
There's a
congregation?
old it's an old adage that black folks will decide, oh well, that if the Lord deem it, come on, yo. And then it says, if you take one step, I got you. I'll take another step. But it's like, why are we even having these conversations where that's not what y'all doing?
Nope.
Y'all know that's not what y'all doing.
Why can't the young brothers go to church and get help from these pastors? Why can't they go to church and rely on these pastors because they know they can't? They mamas didn't even get the food that they was promised. They mamas didn't even
Hmm.
get the rent money that they was promised from these churches. And when they do, it's usually not even the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's a piece of something. You're a piece of something because if I give you the whole thing, I won't be able to get my Bentley next month.
Girl, listen.
And it's just like, how do people not see this? Like, why are black people so blind? Why are we so easily to, be guided by
Swayed, be
blindness?
swayed because I'm gonna give it to you this way. You tell me if you think this works. I believe my theory is this: black folks, we have been so indoctrinated. That's why I was telling you we don't have to do black men. We could just do black people. I think black people have Stockholm syndrome, being that the fact that there's still a lot of black people who go to church, a lot of black people who give their money to these churches, to these men, to these women, based on what? Oh, my life has turned around because what happened? Now, don't get
Yeah.
me wrong. I'm not saying there's not any good pastors. That's not what we're talking about. I'm talking about the sad reality that you have pastors who are out here doing things that they shouldn't be doing. And they give the church a bad name,
At
especially the
large
black church.
numbers. Yep.
Mhm. So it's just like it makes no sense that we have to literally stay on the necks of the people who we supposedly are supposed to be our spiritual leaders. Like I said, I don't have a problem with the religion. Everyone's going to have a type of religion. There were religions before the religions we know about. There were no other names. None of this is new. It's just been tweaked and changed. Now we live in a society that is telling us that We're second class citizens as black women. What our degrees and everything don't matter. We're masculine. Nobody wants us. We for the streets. And then, but you're using biblical text. Even though you don't go to church, you're using biblical text to decide what a black woman should be.
The same biblical text that the white men that y'all swear oppressing y'all did to us to enslave us. This is the same book that enslaved your people. This is the same book that y'all claim oppressed you, but you're going to use it against your own woman.
Yeah.
I think that's just so sad that, it has to be Stockholm syndrome, because at this point, everybody knows Jesus ain't white, even white people, and yet we're still
But do
hanging up
you
this white
think,
Jesus.
do you, right, I was going to say, do you think they're going to change the Jesus in they
They
church?
not. Girl, not. It's not gonna fit the narrative of white supremacy if they don't. And I think that's how white supremacy has held on so long, because of its, exchange of blackness for whiteness. And
Right.
I think that has kept us oppressed. And I think that's the reason why we're still here, because we're, oh, okay, well, this Jesus, this book is telling us that, oh, we gotta be here, and we gotta just have the faith
But
and
what
not
are
do
we
nothing and
waiting
just
on?
wait. That's
Right.
what I'm
What
saying.
wait
Just
on
wait.
what?
And I think that's the whole thing. I think that's the biggest trick in the Bible that they told us, that we just have to sit here and in this racism and just white supremacy and just wait. And I think that is a spell in itself, because it's telling people, like, you're not going to be great ever until somebody comes saves you. Y'all not going to be good. Y'all can't go to Africa. Y'all going to just have to wait here for Jesus. And I'm not waiting. I'm just going to do me. I'm going to protect myself. I'm not waiting on no Jesus,
Well,
because even if Jesus do come, let's all be honest, it probably won't be in any of our lifetimes. So right now, the best we can do is just,
I think we
you
should
know,
just treat each other as human beings, build a
right.
community that benefits us, teach our children how to be human beings, give them every tool necessary so they can survive in this country, whether they decide to leave the country, whether they decide to stay. We have no foundation
Nope.
well,
whatsoever. Go
We
ahead,
gotta tear
Purple.
all this shit down.
well, it goes back to the fact that when you're dealing with um, a religion that was promoted by an empire, they're already going to remove any power that's from that, because it's about maintaining the status quo. Plus, there was no one book at one point. Each um, sector had their own stuff that they worked with, because there was a lot of different folks that was following different disciples for one thing. So it wasn't this uniform thing that it later became. And like I said so many times before, I find it really interesting that this is a belief system where the people actually don't practice what they claim to believe. I've always found
Right.
that interesting because, for one thing, in that book, it talks about in order for you to be in a role of any type in authority in the church, your home life was supposed to be on point. That there's just certain things that shouldn't be occurring, that that the people of the church wouldn't even allow you to serve in certain capacities if you couldn't handle your own life. You weren't going to be trusted to deal with, to have an impact on other people. But that has no longer been the case. The accountability
Not at
left
all.
the church completely.
We don't pay no tax. You don't pay no taxes when you start a church, right? You get the same thing. It's a 501(c). You get your tax
Uh-huh.
exempt. You could take that money and do all kinds of things. Let me show y'all. Do you guys know? Have you ever seen the house of that one church, the one not Creflo Dollar, but the white guy? I can't think of his name right now. Um he also is a pastor. He's a big time prosperity pastor. And I just want you to see his house. Oh my God, I can't. He's in there with he's up there with like, what's his name? Olstein. And I can't think of his name. He always talking about his jets. Let me see here. Let me go right here. But I really appreciate you guys coming and having this conversation with me. It's just let me see here. Preachers, prosperity preachers. Let's see. Now they gave me a whole list here. Let's see. Okay, so we've got Joel Osteen, Creflo Dollar, Benny Hinn. Have you heard of him before?
Yeah, I've heard of all of them
Benihana.
before.
Joyce Meyer. I've heard of her.
Oh,
Paula
I can't
White,
stand her.
Fred
Lord,
Price, Kenneth Copeland. That's his name.
Yeah,
Eddie
I think I heard
Long.
of him. Yeah, Eddie Long is the guy I was talking about that was doing that stuff to them little black boys. But Christian
Girl.
Copeland, is that
Kenneth.
the guy? Kenneth
Kenneth. His name
Copeland.
is Kenneth. Yeah.
Didn't he have a disposition or something about some money that was misplaced? I think I've seen that. It was like
I
12 hours
don't
long. It's like 3
know.
parts to it.
Let me
child,
see.
a lot
Hold
of the
I,
on.
folks that she's listed has been completely problematic. Paula Whitehead has said some problematic things. Kenneth Copeland has done problematic things. Out of all
Okay.
the people that she's listed, there's not one that she's listed thus far that hasn't had something that's been problematic. Because
Exactly.
my thing is, I have no issue if you're a prosperity
Right.
preacher, stand on your square. Because like
Exactly.
everybody
That's
is not
it.
meant to do everything. Just like my situation is that with the way I conduct myself, I teach you the things that I know that have worked for me. I'm not out here trying to be nobody guru or anything else. I'm just saying, hey, these are some of the things that I found work for me, and they can work for you if you choose to apply it, but it's completely up to you. But when you're sitting up here and you're saying you're a prosperity preacher,
Yeah.
and then when I look around, you really don't have prosperity. And what I mean by that, prosperity isn't just about finances.
Right.
Prosperity is supposed to show up in your health. It's supposed to show up in your relationships.
Right.
It's supposed to be an all-encompassing thing.
I agree.
Like abundance is supposed to be all-encompassing. You
Hey
should be
Chanel,
a
I put that back there. Oh, I'm sorry, Purple. I put
Mhm.
that back there. And then we're gonna wrap it up for a minute.
Okay.
Cause I want to see how this plays out. And I have another
Oh, no
topic
problem. Um,
that I really want to talk about.
no
So
problem. I'll go on mute.
no. You don't have to go mute. I was just saying to you that this is what we're gonna do. I want you guys to check this dude's house out.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead and hit that for me, Chanel. I put a link in the private chat.
I already did.
Oh, let me
You
see.
about to
Hold
get
on.
fired? No, I'm just kidding.
Listen, I'm a one woman show, man. Y'all get off my back. I'm new to
Sister,
this.
I stay ready. What's up?
Man, I called you. Whatever. You asleep.
Make them instantly viral to numerous controversies and scrapes with the law. These people have crazy cult followings and usually amass a lot of wealth and power. One of the richest evangelists out there these days is Kenneth Copeland. In this video, we're going to give you a brief look into the lifestyle of Kenneth Copeland. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for notifications. Let's begin. Kenneth Copeland is something else. Apparently brazen and able to withstand any sort of legitimate criticism, Copeland is a man who loves the finer things in life. The televangelist has long argued that a preacher of his stature and caliber needs private jets to carry out their God-given missions and duties. He has argued that spreading the gospel throughout the world requires lavish private jets.
Isn't it true that you want to fly commercial so that you can fly in luxury? How much money did you pay for Tyler Perry's Gulfstream jet, for example?
Well, for example, that's really none of your business. But we have brought over 122 million people to the Lord Jesus Christ. And I prayed about it, and I thought, I'm not missing that dedication in Jerusalem. Without the airplane that we have that I bought from Tyler.
Pause it.
In the gentle and quiet hills of North Texas.
Girl,
Do you
Tyler
see?
Perry is one of the biggest scams. I can't stand that nigga. He pushes so much, just the view of black women, just the negative stereotypes of black women.
All I
And
want to talk.
isn't he
Oh,
a straight man in a dress? Like, I don't have nothing wrong with gay people,
I got
but
what you're saying. I know what you're
isn't
saying.
don't I heard gay people get upset when straight people try to like pretend to be them, just like how Native Americans get upset when people try to dress up like them and think it's just looks, it's just
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
But at some point we have to question this man's sexuality, because if you've been wearing a dress for over 30 years, sir, you're gay.
Well, he's married, I think now, right? Isn't he
Some
married?
sisters are down. Some sisters are down for the get down. I'm telling you.
I can't. But
They
anyway, I
they get
will
all
say
up in
this.
they. Mhm.
I don't think that's the problem though, Chanel. That's the pushback I give. I don't care about your sexuality. What I care about is how you treat the community that you're supposed to be benefiting from. And like I said, yes, okay, kudos to him that he built a 400-acre studio. However, I'm not saying everybody got to save the world, but there are people who need help. Do you know what I could do with 400 acres? And I mean, maybe that's it to what Purple's point was earlier. The reason this kind of stuff bothers my spirit is because I know my people are being taken advantage of, whether they want to tell the truth or not. Because it's no other options. It's always the same options given for our community. It's either some stank pastor, somebody trying to, get over on them or take advantage. And they always go to the poorest areas, or they taking advantage of single mothers because our society puts them on this pedestal of trash, like they did it themselves, like they're osmosis, like the babies just showed up out of nowhere. No accountability for the men that get them pregnant. No accountability for the community that pushes this narrative, that we don't discuss how guys will go to the fucking ends of the earth to try to get some poom poom. They will lie, they will cheat, they will steal, they will do whatever. And those conversations aren't had because, again, it's men dominating a situation. I'm not saying women don't cheat, women don't molest, women don't lie, but when you have the numbers, let's just tell the truth about the numbers. You guys outweigh us. And I'm tired. I'm tired of the coddling and the dancing around. No, you guys are supposed to be taking care of the community and you're not. But then you don't want anybody else to take care of the community, especially black women. And I don't care anymore. I'm just at a place where I'm just so sorry, Purple. Hold on, baby. I'm so bothered by the bullshit. I can't lie. I can't lie to y'all. It bothers me, like truly deeply bothers me, that people take advantage of people in such a horrible way, and you have an awesome platform and what you could do with it, and you up here. I can't even raise $1,000 because what I'm talking about, it must be crazy. However, you can go in this church and give this man all the money you done worked hard for to do what with? Drive a car, buy a jet, live in a fancy house. It's the what we have allowed to become. What we've normalized is just it makes me sick. Okay, go ahead. I'm done ranting. Go ahead and play the rest.
Says televangelist Kenneth Copeland has built and amassed a religious empire. His message is simple: God. While Copeland also insists that his church complies with the law, various tax experts have reviewed information and determined they have serious doubts of this claim. Wealth and lifestyle. The evangelist is reportedly worth more than $750 million. He lives in a house worth $6 million and is owned by the church. He jets all around the world in a $17.5 million plane. The preacher has a notorious habit of preying on the vulnerable.
Thank you. Do you see what I'm talking about? How did he amass $750 million? From doing what? Blowing in the microphone and saying he was going to get rid of C-19 by blowing it away?
Well, he has books and things out as well, huh?
Talking about, but talking about what? Who is he helping? Maybe it's just me, Purple. Maybe I'm just. Mm,
I understand what you're saying though, but that's because that's the difference between somebody who's poverty minded versus being spiritually minded. Because wealth is not an issue, it's what you're doing with it that's the
right.
problem.
That's it.
Because you can accumulate massive amounts of wealth and use it to assist other people, to better
Right.
the lives of your family. But what a lot of people are having a problem with, because people make it about wealth and it's not the wealth that's the
Oh no,
issue.
right, exactly. I
It's
don't
the
care about that.
how the wealth is being managed and used that should be the issue. Because if I'm in a it goes back to what the Bible says. To whom much is given, much is expected. And when you're not sitting up here, if you're a prosperity preacher, then it shouldn't be an issue for you to freely give and to do things to help your church and the community that surrounds you. There was a lady who, I think it was a church years ago, and the community that surrounded the church said that they couldn't even begin to imagine what they would do if the church wasn't present in that community, because that church had become such an integral part of the community that if, say, like for example, if the first responders needed something, the church was doing things to provide so that they had stuff that they needed, and became the church became such an integral part of the community that the community was saying, if this church wasn't here, we can't even begin to imagine how we would do some of the things that we're doing.
And that's all
That's
I'm
a
saying.
powerful impact.
Right. Like I said, I have no problem. Thank you. I have no problem with any of it. I don't have a problem with having wealth, money, wanting to have a jet, a house, whatever. My thing is that if you are taking the Bible and using it as um a way to get people to give you money, that's the part. You're using this and I say this for all of the major religions in the society. So we have Christianity is number one. Then you have Catholicism. I think they run neck and neck. Now we have people who practice Islam without issue, Judaism, Buddhism, Jehovah Witnesses. You have all of these particular religions. One I don't think is better than the other. I'm just being honest. I think you could put them all on the same plate. It's about what you get from it. If you feel that it is giving you what you need, I am all for it. No, I am not taking away any of that. What I'm saying is, all of that we see these pastors do, how does that benefit the congregation that supports them? That's all. That's all.
What you're
So,
basically talking about is alignment. If I'm stating that this is my square and I'm standing on it, then you expect me to do what comes along with standing on that square. What
mhm.
is happening is that that's not the case, because in the Old Testament it talks about that we are to look for opportunities to give, that we should be taking care of the widow and the poor, and taking care of children.
Well, you
They
know
tried
what,
to say that this
Purple?
country was a Christian nation,
That's what they're trying
but
to turn it
it does
into.
not practice the principles of their own quote unquote belief system. And that's what you're having a problem with. You're having a problem with people proclaiming these different religions, and then when you go to look at, are you truly authentic to what you're claiming, you're finding that these are wolves in sheep's clothing.
Right, exactly. And then I feel horrible for the people who believe in these folk. And I can't blame them because that's what we've been indoctrinated to believe. That this person standing on this podium, that they have a relationship with the creator, God, Buddha, Allah, whoever you want to speak upon. people believe in this because they need to. We have to. We all need something to, we know naturally that we like to link up with like-minded people. That's a natural thing.
Yes, and this is why I don't believe these pastors, these mission pastors that swear that they're going out of town, out of the country to go help children, especially the African missionaries.
Oh
Because there's
my.
been so many stories of white people going over there messing with the kids. I've seen so many TikToks of like white people, rich white people actually going over there and not even knowing anything about the country. They just have a shirt that says Africa, but don't even know what part of Africa they in. And I've seen one video of a white woman give a little black boy a toy in Africa, and I think it was Zimbabwe. And she took the toy after because she was just there for the clicks and views. It's like the same with the homeless thing. Like they
Well,
promise to
it
give
is. It's
homeless
half of
people
what you
money,
see. Yeah.
and then they run
Give it
off
back.
and don't give them the money.
No,
Yep, just like that black lady I heard. This man raised, I think it was like almost $100,000 for her on his platform, and he promised that was going to be for her and her family since they were poor. And when he collected all the money, he went MIA, and I think she's going to sue him. And she's going to win because you
that's
can't
crazy.
promise somebody something and not give it to them.
Why can't you just be who you are? If you honest, and let me be real.
Because people ain't shit. It's just sad. No,
I
seriously,
and
people
you know
ain't
what
shit.
I have to say this though. There are people, there are individuals just like the three of us, just like the people we run across on these panels, just like the people that we deal with outside of YouTube. There are good individuals, but unfortunately, we are not the majority where the message is, hey, you can still get it done. Just do it the right way. And that
Right.
I think is what my issue is that I want to show people there's another way. We don't have to keep doing this. So I am gonna have to get up off of here for a minute. Um, I appreciate you guys so much. I would love for you
Thank
guys to
you
give
for
your closing remarks, and then we're gonna wrap it up.
I
Whoever want to go
think
first.
I think that religion in the new age is a joke, and I don't think anybody takes it serious. And I feel like people need to just take religion out of it and just learn how to be a good human. We don't need a book to tell us that we need to be good. I feel like everybody as a human has an innate, just drive to be good. And I think we should just be better humans instead of just dividing into religions. That's my closing remarks.
Thank you, Chanel. Go ahead,
and
Purple. Take us
okay,
home.
I just want to say thank you for having me. Please keep in mind wherever you're giving your focus and attention to, you're creating more of. So live your life consciously and on purpose. This is your life. You are in control of what you're choosing to allow to be presented in your reality. Own your power. Stop giving it away to people, places, things. Own it for yourself. And trust in the God within you. You don't need a middleman to connect with the divine that's already in you and all around you. So everyone have a good one.
All right, ladies, you have a good one. Chanel, the only thing I'm gonna ask you, can you change that the one we were gonna do? Can you change that to today? Because it says the 18th. I mean the 17th still. The one we was gonna
Okay.
do last night. I'm so sorry. I had an emergency. I had to get that taken care of. But I definitely want to talk about that. And I also want to I want to do this as well. I want to talk about the mental health of young black men, the ones that are in your generation, because I think that's overlooked as to what's going on out here. And I think, again, like I said, the sad part about it is I feel this. It's like I can feel the energy of the bullshit, like, and then it's enough, and I'm like, come on, y'all, for real, like, this is okay. And like I said, I want to see what happens. I want to see what his congregation is going to do.
All right.
This is the person you go to, your spiritual leader. So we'll follow it up, and I'm gonna hit you up. I'll hit you up a little later. So thank you so much for coming, sweetheart.
All right. Have a good day, sis. I'll see you
You
later.
too. See you later. thank you guys for coming in to see. Thank you for staying. I hope you did enjoy the conversation. I look forward to trying to do this again. This is Chocolate Earth News, and we'll be following the story on the pastor and seeing what else is going on in the world. And I'll be back. Have a good one. Bye bye.